Dandelion, dandelion, ride the wind to a faraway land. The Dandelion Sea is a very mysterious plain where dandelions lie as far as the eye can see. This place is first brought up by an individual named Sage, standing right outside of Mondstadt. Say, have you heard of the Dandelion Sea? He asks the traveler. The traveler then responds with, the Dandelion Sea, you say? In which the boy responds with, there's this book I read. It says that somewhere in Mondstadt there is a big sea of dandelions. It even has little talking foxes in it. Little talking foxes, asks the traveler. Yep, I want to know what talking to animals is like. But I've only seen a guy in green clothes and white socks talk to animals before. Happened to bump into him. I told Mom how awesome he was, but that guy said I was mistaken. Quite interesting, huh? I know what book Sage is talking about, by the way, and in just a sec, we'll get into it. But first, before we begin though, if you enjoy Teyvat's Facts and Wisdom, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. After the video is over, join us over in our community Discord server, where we talk all about Genshin, including lore. Okay, with that said, let's open the Teyvat dictionary and see what's been uncovered. The book Sage is referring to has to be The Fox in the Dandelion Sea. A man found a fox as he was hunting, but couldn't find himself to kill it. In fact, it found itself stuck on a mist flower. And as we know in Genshin, mist flowers can be deadly. The man went ahead and freed the fox, and unfortunately went home without the meaty goodness, due to the goodness in his heart. Sometime after, this fox shows up at this man's house. The fox then transforms into a human woman, and the man gets a feeling of déjà vu, as if he knew this woman before. In fact, the man even describes her as a woman he had once loved. The fox had pearly skin, long black hair, and eyes like gemstone fragments on the water. This fox had transformed before his eyes, and the man refers to this transformation as fox magic. After this appearance, the fox then leaves, and the man wonders when and where he will see her again. Dandelions fall on a moonlit night, and he sneezes. Among the dandelion seeds, the man sees the fox again, and he begins to follow her. She lures him into a place with dandelions as far as the eye could see, with foxes even playing with each other. The man thought to himself, this was a pretty beautiful place. Eventually, the fox girl made a proposal that if this man taught her child how to speak like a human, she would reward him with fox-like powers. The man, delighted with this offer, agreed to teach her child, and had wonderful thoughts of what he could do with these powers, perhaps even fly. And after some time, the human man and child begin to develop a sort of bond. But then, once the deed is done, the female fox had tricked the man with her cunning into teaching her child human speech. The man was then sent back to his original village. So yeah, that was the synopsis of The Fox in the Dandelion Sea. And for now, I'm going to take a break from the Dandelion Sea and hop into what this female fox could be based on. The female fox depicted in this story is seen as a very cunning being and displays a form of trickery. What kind of beings do we know that are fox-like and do that same sort of stuff? I wonder. The answer is literally right in front of us, especially with Lady Guji of Narukami Shrine. She gives off a very mischievous, playful, and fox-like personality. The hangout with Goto, by the way, I gotta say was very hilarious. I laughed a lot. Miko's ancestors and other kitsune that we see in text, most notably in New Chronicles of the Six Kitsune, states this. Legend has it that in time of the great kitsune Hakushin, she had 6 apprentices. All were greatly skilled in magic and in shapeshifting. Day to day, they were tasked with assisting their matriarch Hakushin in managing the shrine and defending Mount Yugo. In the story, one of these 6 apprentices, Itaru the Black Fox, goes on a bit of a rebellious streak, but still has a good heart nonetheless. She loves her liquor, but despises dishonesty. Yet at the same time, she displays these fox-like characteristics of just being fun and playful. We also met another deceased kitsune named Urokusai, who knew Yae Miko when she was just a little pup. Kitsune Sagu was very interested in him due to his talent. But as we know, Sagu unfortunately passed away due to the calamity. But I can go on about Inazuma history in another video. That's not what this video is about. I brought up Inazuma to simply say kitsune do exist in the realm of Teyvat. And what I am trying to say is that I believe the foxes in the Dandelion Sea are some sort of kitsune. Now, there must be some shaking heads out there asking, Tave, there goes your crazy imagination again. How can these foxes be kitsune when kitsune are obviously heavily based in Japan mythology and folklore? How does that and Mondstadt even link? Well, once again, let's analyze what happens in the fox in the Dandelion Sea, and amongst the kitsune of Inazuma. They both are seen as beings that can shapeshift and transform. Fox magic is what it is referred to as in the fox in the Dandelion Sea. If that's not enough for you, then I guarantee this will be enough. Take a look at this piece of text from the Toki Alley Tales. Later on, the kitsune arrived by sea, forcing the tanuki into a great war that lasted first for 800 years, and then for another 800 years, with both sides suffering heavy casualties, until eventually the only option was to hold peace talks. The tanuki are a stubborn bunch, and to this day, still won't admit defeat. The kitsune are not originally from Inazuma. They came from another place. That place could be the Dandelion Sea. And the kitsune from the Dandelion Sea could be another branch of kitsune that we will meet later on. What's interesting too is that foxes in German folklore are rather similar to those deriving as kitsune, both seen as cunning and trickster beings. I don't think it's too much of a stretch here to say that the Dandelion Sea could be a special realm that holds another tribe of kitsune. In fact, I believe we have one right in our own backyard of Mondstadt. She's a very clumsy yet brilliant alchemist. Tave, surely you're not talking about Alice, are you? Well, no. I'm actually talking about Sucrose. Look at her ears. Don't they look similar to Miko's? If that still doesn't convince you, her animo powers show dandelions. What's really interesting though is how she got her vision. Ready to begin her 159th dandelion seed simmering experiment, she poured her carefully crafted alchemical solution into the cauldron. Instantly, the cauldron hit boiling point, and the entire room was filled with steam. Sucrose rushed to the cauldron, anxious to see what new transmutation had occurred this time. In her excitement, she even burned both of her hands on the lip of the cauldron. Much to her disappointment, however, the dandelion seeds had once again burned to a crisp. But there was something new there too. Lying there amidst the black dandelion seeds was a vision. So take that as you will, but these are more than just coincidences in my eyes. I also want to give a shout out to the folks on Reddit that have put their time and effort into finding out this information. Go check out the Reddit pages where I found this from in the description. I gotta give credit where credit is due. So thanks to the folks on Reddit for helping me make this vid. Well, those are my thoughts on the Dandelion Sea. The kitsune seem to be deeply connected to the world of Teyvat, even outside of Inazuma. Also, what's up with Sucrose? What is she exactly? Let me know your thoughts on this topic down below. Anywho though, I'm just going to let you guys discuss this amongst yourselves, and I'm going to go ahead and close the Teyvattionary. With that said, I will see you in the future for more Genshin Impact content and lore.